Long time no see. Today I'm gonna show you how to make these Project Sekai Chibi avatars with moving mouths, blinking eyes, and facial expressions. Anyway, let's get into this. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to be in Blender and have all the models ripped. To get those, you can refer to my previous video, but instead of viewing the costumes, you would instead go to the Chibi sort of game mode, and you will have to progress the story of it until you meet the character you want. So if one of your characters you want is VBS or Leonid, then good luck, because you're going to be playing for a while. Anyway, once we're in Blender and we have all the assets, we want to go to the cats plugin, import model, look for the folder. I've already got it here. It will be mdl underscore sd underscore. I'm going to do an for this video, so I'm going to do 110. So let me import her in. Okay. So they're going to be absolutely tiny. We'll hit fix model. Okay, and she'll still be tiny, so hit S to do scale. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Just go down here, change the vector to 100. This just makes it easier to work with. So there we go. There is big-headed Anne. You'll also notice that the bones are absolutely horrible. Before we fix that, hit A again, then you want to hold shift, right click the mesh twice, then right click the bones twice, so it's not highlighting the bone or the mesh, and it will highlight all these orange thingies instead, and we can just delete those. That makes it less messy, easier to work with. Okay. Now the bones. This is where stuff gets pretty annoying. So we're going to hit tab on your numpad, hit 5, then 1. So that will bring us to this sort of view. And this is where stuff gets really annoying. So we're going to want to connect the bones. So just select one, come over here, hit the bone thingy, hit connected. Okay. Then we just need to rotate it. Make sure it is exactly 90 degrees. And then we just move it into the middle here. Okay. Then we'll do the same for this one. Let's rotate. 90. Move it into the middle. Let's move it up a little bit. Let me zoom in. Make sure it is completely centered. Okay. And then we can hit connect. Okay. This is the neck here. Why the neck is so far back, I have no idea. So once again, we're just gonna rotate. Oh yeah, this one won't be 90. Ugh. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is connect it to the chest. Oh, that fixes it for us. Oh, nice. Okay. The head is massive. Let's shrink that down. So hit S and just put it down like that. Make it a bit smaller. Move it down. Okay, and then connect. There we go. So that should be good enough for the main area. Then it is onto the arms. So there's a nice little trick you can do for these. So select one of them and then go to the options tab and hit X axis mirror. And trust me, this is the most useful thing imaginable. So now if we rotate, Look at that, they're moving together. So let's just set that to 90. And we'll move that, let's say about here. Move them out. Let's put them there. That's probably best. Do the same with left elbow. So 90. Move it down. Connect. There we go. Then it's left wrist. So make sure it's the wrist you're selected because there are two bones here. One of them's a twist, but we want the one that's actually called wrist. So once again, do 90. Put it in. Let's slap that there. Connect it. It will make it massive, but what we're going to want to do is move this forward to about here. So something that's pretty annoying about these bones is we need to make sure they're set up correctly. So if we go to pose mode down here, we can rotate the arm, and we need to make sure that it matches the sort of bend. So this one's a bit too big, so we need to shrink it down a little. Let's try this now. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Maybe move it a little bit further forward. So maybe like that. It's trial and error. It might vary depending on the character. Yeah, this looks better. As for the arm, yeah, arm looks fine. Now, we're missing shoulder bones. So we're gonna go to the top of the chest here. Oops, make sure I'm actually selecting the chest. And, oh, wrong button. We're gonna hit E to create this. And we're going to right click it. It's parented to the chest. We're going to call it left shoulder. Make sure it's named exactly like this, by the way. Hit the part again and press E again. This one we will call right shoulder. And because of that, that now means that they are mirrored, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to... Oh, let's unconnect them real quick. So, oh, okay. What is going on here? The neck is moving with it. Oh wait, because this one's also connected. Okay, so we move it like that. Let's rotate it. Do this, rotate it again, maybe change the scale so they're a bit smaller. We just need these little balls to sort of match. Yeah, I'd say this is good enough. So now we can shift click to select both of them. Connect, oh, okay, and connect. Okay, so they're both connected to the chest now. As you can see, if you move them, it like sort of moves them both. We're then going to connect the arm not to the chest. We're going to change that to left shoulder and then connect it. As for this one, we'll change the parent to right shoulder and then connect it. This way now it's got shoulder bones. So now if we go to pose mode, arm still moves, and then we also have the shoulder. And then if we go to the chest, it does this. As you notice, the face is not connected, but that is fine. We are going to fix that. So, what we're going to want to do is right click the mesh, and then hit tab, then press A, go to the material part here. Then we want to select the eye and select the mouth, and then hit P, and then separate by selection. Okay, And then once we do that, we want to make sure we've selected the outer mesh and hit H. That will hide it. Then we want to right click on the head, make sure it's highlighted blue in pose mode. Then once you do that, right click the mesh that we separated and hit weight paint. So once we've hit weight paint, go to tools, make sure the weight is maxed out. You can hit this button down here, limit selection to visible. If that's no longer highlighted, we can then just go so then it now looks like it's moving. Perfect. So then hit object mode, hit Alt H, that will unhide it. And now if we do this, it is moving. So now that we've got it laid out like that, we will go object mode and we will go back to cats and hit fix model again. There we go. That corrects all of the bones that were a bit wacky before. Oh, there's also this down here. That's a problem. We'll hit edit mode and watch this. This is the coolest fix ever. So make sure you've still got X-axis mirror enabled. Just move this and then change that vector back to 0 so it's in its original position. And now it's just the way it's supposed to be. Just make sure you get this one as well, just in case, but it did look like they were fine. Okay, so this is pretty much it. That's the armature done. Yep, we're good. So what we're going to want to do now is quickly save this one. Because we're going to make some drastic changes now. So go to File, Save As, find your thing, I would just call this an Chibi. Save as Blender file. That means if we make any mistakes, we can easily roll it back. Because what we're going to do next is the blend shapes, which is probably the most time consuming and annoying part. So we're going to, first and foremost, select this. Let's do the eyes blinking first, since that's a one and done. So hit tab to do this. If you see everything X-rayed like that and it becomes a bit confusing, you can just hit the limit selection to visible button again and it makes it less cluttered. Before we do that though, I'm going to hide the armature by right clicking it and hitting H. Okay, that makes it easier to see. So for the eyes, what we're going to do is hit select in the materials and we are going to hit 3 on the numpad to get this angle. The reason we're doing it this way is because we are going to duplicate the mesh. So let's just zoom it in and we're going to hit Shift D and that will create sort of this. What we want to do is move it forward a bit. If you're going to do other facial expressions, make sure this one for the blinking is the furthest ahead. So when you're doing facial expressions, you can still blink because this blend shape will be the furthest out. So I'm going to put mine around here. Hit 1. Yep, seems good. Okay, so hit this button right here next to the materials. And you'll see that there's a shape keys part. So let's do that. First of all, we're going to use the green arrow to put this into the head. So it's out of sight. Hit tab. You need to be in this view without polygons. Hit shape keys. Create a new one. It'll be called basis. Create another. Call it blink. Set the value to 1, hit tab, push this out again. Okay, once this is pushed out, let's move this to the side, drag this corner up here, and we can do that. There's a little drop down here, we're going to switch that to UV image editor. Then hit this, make it eye, boom, there, we've got all the facial expressions. Now, what we're going to do is on this side, hit A to select that, and we're going to hit G, which allows us to move this. So let's move it down until we have got, let's say, this. Make sure it's centered properly. So let's make sure this is okay. You can check by hitting basis. So it looks like it's not perfectly lined up. So let's move this one down just a little bit more to maybe here. Okay, maybe I'll move it. Oh, wait, it's going off center. Let's move it up by 1. Whatever, this'll do. So, once you've got it like that, that's pretty much the blend shape. We can then deselect that, and now when we move the thing, it now looks like she can blink. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So now what we're going to want to do is make sure you're highlighting basis, hit tab again. This time we're going to do the mouth. So go to materials, hit mouth, select. We'll get this, hit the little menu icon here, select mouth. That then gives us all the mouth expressions. Okay. So now what we want to do is hit 3, shift D again, move it out just a little bit. Okay. And when it's moved out like that, we're going to select that, hit G, and let's start off with let's do this one here. Oh, where is it going? Okay, hold on. My thing has gotten lost. Okay, okay, whatever. We'll just do one on this side. Okay. So this one, make sure it's lined up properly. And click. There we go. So then hit tab, go here, make a new blend shape. Let's call this A. There we go. Value is fine. Then on basis, we'll just pull it back. Yeah, that's good. So then if we go A, it doesn't come out because I'm an idiot. So let's do that, and then I'll just make it come out again. Would have helped if I did the blend shape first. There we go. Okay, so now she can talk. But what we're going to want to do though is we're going to need A, E, I, O, and U. So let's do O next. Do that. Go to basis again. Hit 3. Shift D. move it out like that. Okay. Create a blend shape. Let's call it O. And when we've got O selected, let's grab this and it be this one here. It'd probably help if I was looking from the front. Let's just get what feels right. Yep, this looks centered. Okay. And now we also need to go back to basis and put that inside. There we go. So then O is not doing it because I keep forgetting to select to the weight to make it far out. Or mistakes were made. Okay, there we go. Yep. Now she's talking. Okay. And you're pretty much gonna want to do that for the rest of the mouth. So I'll just cut until I've got the rest of them. You can also do these. I usually just do like the smile and the frown. Do whatever you want. If you want to do all of them, be my guest. It's going to be time consuming, but yeah. I'll jump to once I've done all the ones that I want. Okay, so I have done all of the shape keys that I wanted to do. So I've got blinking, I've got stuff like the mouth and all that. I got like smiling, frowning. Then I went and did some of the eyes. So I've got like an angry expression, sad expression, happy, another happy one, wink, and one where she's just kind of staring. Once you've got those, what you need to do is just make sure you've got basis selected. Hit Alt H to bring the bones back, and what we're going to want to do now is just save and export FBX, and yeah, we'll just save it as Chibi. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Blender step. I will be back with a part 2 for doing Unity. Apologies for saying like several times throughout this one. This is my second time making this and I haven't done a tutorial in ages. So forgive me if that was a bit annoying. I was watching back the recording and couldn't stop laughing. I might add like an counter at the top just because, you know, that happens so frequently. God man, I'm gonna need like speech therapy or something. Anyway. I'll be back for part... I did it again! I'll be back for part 2.